We are recording this. We'll switch it to that one. Henry, are we live? Do you have confirmation? All right. We're up on 3. It seems like it. Have you seen anything over there?
I'm checking.
He's scoping it out. Scoping it out, people.
Okay, are we still going?
Allegedly, yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly, we're dinging on all 3 channels that we're piping this out to right now. Yeah, I see us on the Facebook channel. We're dinging.
All right.
We got the instant replay. You love it. It's too good to be true. Chat is up. You shared?
Sharon.
All right.
Yeah.
We are waiting. Oh, we are waiting on the live intro. Henry, hit the intro. Hit the damn intro.
Popping.
Did we do it?
Yeah, we're popping.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Something pretty epic to be known. What about a facepalm backflip?
A facepalm backflip? With,
Yeah.
like you're going to facepalm yourself and then try a backflip? Or?
No. You gotta... you hitting that oven mitt so hard that you're backflipping, son. Is it possible?
Sure.
Or how about a face desk backflip? That's better, right?
All right.
That would
You're talking about doing a backflip on a desk now and hitting your face
Like,
off the desk?
yeah, just like
okay. Yeah.
to send yourself around. Is it possible?
Oh, slap yourself so hard you do a backflip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it possible?
Yeah, why not?
Or what about the face desk?
We could build a big enough hand. Yeah.
True. True. All right, let's get this mic up so I don't have to slouch over. I don't want to turn into a hunchback. That could be cool, though, for Halloween time.
Start slouching all this year, man. Get your posture right. We'll get your posture wrong.
Is it humping yet?
Nah. Maybe if we took
Or
like
hunching, whatever.
let's take a bat to it a few times. That might work it out.
Henry, get the bat. Get the bat. Anyhow, we're just doing this. No real plan.
Well, we have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah, right. We got the sail up. We cut the string. We're drifting. That's the best way, man. That is the comfortable way, anyways. So, YouTube. Are we gonna just go there first of all?
Yeah, let's hit that one first.
All right. Let me check. Yeah, all right. I'm killing that, and I just making sure I killed all live video sources except the only one we actually need. I don't want to be using the network. YouTube updated December 10th. A lot of people think that they were going to do like a purge on the 10th. Like,
No, it seems to be trickling out like slowly.
right. But who was it? Got their channel? Owen Benjamin. He lost his channel, didn't he?
I could see. Yeah, I could probably see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Some really crazy shit has been happening as far as Chris Hansen demonetized on the whole channel. What that guy's done with Dateline NBC.
Isn't it like Crime Watch Daily or something now. Is that what it's on? Okay.
Well, no, he has another show that he was doing. It's Have a Seat with Chris Hansen.
Oh, okay. Was that on like his personal channel or something?
Yes, I believe so. And it's great shit because have you ever heard the name Onision? All right. Well, I'm not going to talk about him just because I know if you show him, like, it was a goofy situation. What he was doing, he lost his Patreon and he uploaded a flip out video where he like started screaming and fake crying or whatever and dumped kombucha all over himself.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's like what, fermented whatever water,
Something. Yeah.
yeah. And then a lot of people reported on it and showed parts of it, like did criticism commentary of that video. Well, he went and copyrighted all of them, so he got the revenue from it. Because they actually played parts of the video. Now, if they just showed screenshots of it, all the people would have been safe, but they didn't. And there was a lot of people, you know, that did criticism commentary of his flip out video.
Yeah, that's what kind of sucks now too. Is you can't play any clips now.
Yeah.
Like it's just not worth it.
Well, I mean, you can, but it has to be transformative.
Yeah.
And you can't play it in its entirety.
But even still, like they can take, like that guy probably did. He just just like a mass bombing of like copyright claims.
Oh yeah.
And at least for temporarily, you know, got him.
And like it's crazy. Like where do you think it's all coming from? Honestly, where is it?
Well, I think we're getting a little bit off of like what the actual policy update was. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because initially it does say like the part that like is kind of common sense everybody gets like is no making fun of people based on like race, sexual orientation, which all right, yeah, it's not too far out there.
Right, that makes sense. But now they can determine what's bullying and what isn't.
Yeah, but it also goes further in any content that is borderline or what they deem too far.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, is this too far? Because smoking on your show, is that too far?
Maybe. Well, you're not harassing anybody. You're not talking down to that cigarette.
Give me what you got.
Taking all your nicotine. But
give me all your nicotine. Today and every day from here forward.
He's committed to it, yeah. But the
bullying never did I dream in a million years I would bully a cigarette online for the world to watch. But fuck it. First time
for everything, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But the source that I like heard about that was kind of questionable was iDubbbz TV. Did Content Cop, basically where it's kind of he's offensive in what he says, but it was more like a critique of like the content people put out and how he thinks it's stupid. Like he's just giving his opinion on it.
And a video got pulled down of his?
Yeah, the one where Leafy. That's yeah.
Is that the banana girl?
No, it's the kid. He's like a kid.
No.
But that's the thing is like his got pulled down for bullying, but this Leafy kid just bashed a bunch of people too in his videos.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at some of the other creators that have gone down before this, like Soap. Remember we covered her on the show. For a teenager who created her channel before she was actually even old enough, and I know people have said that she has help scripting the shows, the videos that she uploads and live, but like she had some pretty out there content as far as like political views and whatnot.
Well, that's the thing. It covers you can't even make fun of public figures.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and what constitutes a public figure? Are we public figures?
Anybody. You just can't make fun of anybody.
So nobody can make fun of us.
No, but we can't make fun of anybody else.
Man, the internet used to be a better place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always had its fucked up parts, but yeah.
Right, but it seems like they're endlessly going to be trying to make.
Well, they're trying to like Disneyfy it. You know what I mean? They're trying to make it ad friendly.
Yeah, make it ad friendly, make a safe space.
Which I mean, yeah, it might turn into a place of like nothing but like educational videos and like craft, like people doing like crafts and stuff or whatever.
Right.
But it's going to lose a lot of its popularity doing that.
Well,
It's
that's
not going to be what it was.
Do you think? Can you have a serious talking head show? Like we're not. I mean, we're a serious show on the most part. We do goof a little bit here and there, but can you have that in like a Disney-fied space? I mean, because think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it happens on the news normally.
Right,
Yeah.
but if you're only like you can have to limit what you can talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on that platform, yeah, it's definitely gonna be limited.
Yeah, like
that's what I think of that.
yeah. I mean, that was a better noise than that.
Mm-hmm.
Depending what you're going to talk about or what guest you're going to have on, and it's crazy now because you can get people mobbing up on you. Not if you have a guest on your show and you don't do the same due diligence of looking into that person's background and have they ever done anything ever in recorded digital internet history, or even is there something they did that isn't on the internet but it's in like a newspaper archive somewhere. If you don't dig that up and then you would have that person on your show, you can be blamed as whatever platform and that person. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you can always kind of plead ignorance on that too.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, is the damage done at that point?
Right.
Yeah.
But then you get people telling you like, oh, well, there was people in your comments saying about, oh, this person was whatever charged with this, and I find that offensive. That person was suspected, never convicted of murder. I had a family member murdered. I find that offensive that you're having, somebody, whatever. It's like, do you even bother having a show at that point? Or, like you, it's like, I don't know, man. Which route would you rather take, okay? A free platform where you can do this stuff for free, okay? But you gotta really be limited in what you can say and do, or pay for a platform where you're not
Me personally,
as limited. Yeah,
I would personally rather be on the platform where you pay, but then it's Wild West again.
right. Yeah, well, and that's kind of, I mean, I don't even know how to say it because I don't know the right terms. But limiting people in such a way, it kind of doesn't it seem like, yes, you got to agree to their terms to use their site, but it's like, you can't, it's like none of the amendments or rights or anything fall in.
No, because it's a private entity.
Right. And it's like, wow. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, they used to kind of uphold that in the beginning.
Like keep the spirit of it going at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Even on YouTube's platform.
Yeah, before the money got involved,
Right.
Yeah.
Money, advertisers pulling out.
Well, and also getting big enough to where like it can compete with like other forms of like traditional broadcast too, which they have regulations.
Right, they do. And sadly, we live in a country where like TV, I think comparatively, the United States, TV in the U.S., as far as what can and can't be shown in content, it's like a mockery compared to what other countries just air. Do you know what I mean? Like, not saying like not the selection of shows, but like content, like, and I understandably, but like, go to any other country and nudity is on TV.
It seems to be a switch. It's like they're okay with sex but not violence as much, whereas here it's more violence, no sex.
Yeah. So much more violence. No sex. But some stuff's okay. Do you know what I remember, I don't even know what show it was, and I wish, like, I'm thinking back like probably 20 years, but there was, I don't know if it was on the news or I read about it online, somebody referencing a past episode, but like you couldn't show like a woman's butt on TV, but there was a show, I think it dealt with firemen or something, that showed like a fireman like running like just quick across the screen, or maybe, I don't know, it was a movie or a TV show to like, and he was like just half dressed trying to get dressed to go out to something. And that aired on TV, and it's like, whoa, I thought we couldn't.
So they showed, like the first time they showed man butt?
I think, I don't know. Yeah, and people made a big deal out of it, but it was fine, but you can't do it the other way around. You know, I think that was the comparison they made. And it's like, damn, like you go to any other country and it's on TV. I mean, I guess some of it could be labeled as what, softcore porn to what airs on TV. Is that, I think that's correct.
Or it could just be more nudity. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been like to any of these crazy countries. I've been out of this country, but not over any great flat lakes, you know, oceans.
Just Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost made it to Cuba.
Okay, that's a, whoa, that's a true what?
I was heading off in the direction of Cuba. Do I need to clarify? Should I even go into this whole story? Because it is convoluted.
Okay, but you did hook me a bit there.
All right, let's.
Was this like after Cuba was okay to travel to? Because there was a travel ban on going to Cuba.
No. This was like back in the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
I was a teenager, okay?
All right.
At one point in time in my life, I was a Boy Scout.
Okay.
All right.
Did you get lost at sea or something with the...
Yes. Exactly. Okay. And I don't know how they figured this would be okay. Maybe they thought their level of supervision was better than most. Maybe they underestimated the ocean. I don't know.
But you were in Florida, I guess?
Oh, yeah. So anyhow, Boy Scout, we took a trip where we went down to Florida, stayed at an Air Force base. Like it was, they had a Boy Scout camp by an Air Force base there. Or maybe it was on, I can't remember all the details.
Yeah, the details aren't foot. Yeah.
Right? So, we're there, we stayed, I think it was a 2-week trip down there. Or maybe like 10, I don't know, 10 days, 2 weeks.
Doesn't matter.
We stay part of our time at the Air Force base, okay? There's like scout camp, stay there, having fun, doing what you do when you go to...
Yeah, you're doing Boy Scout.
Yeah, scout camp.
How'd you end up in the ocean?
Right. Anyhow, there's a point where, if I'm not mistaken, we went out and stayed on one of the key, like a small island. We were there, we camped.
Yeah, down in Florida Keys. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I ate barracuda with lemon pepper seasoning on. It was delicious, even though it made me sick. I got hives.
Allergic to fish.
Yes. But it was still delicious. The raccoons down there are fucking bananas, man. Like surfer raccoons, I shit you not. Like,
they'll just jump on a log and go to a different island.
Well, they swimming in the salt water, so their fur and shit was bleached out.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked just nuts compared to a normal raccoon.
Yeah, just like a blonde raccoon.
Anyhow, there was a point, and I don't know at what point we did it, but we buddied up, like two kids to a little like 2-man sailboat. Okay, and they had many sailboats. Well, I went with my neighbor, who was also my best friend at the time. Okay, he had a little bit of boating experience. I don't know about sailboat, and I had been on like a windsurf board, like it's a surfboard with a sail on a pole.
I see.
And I'd been, but not in the ocean. I'd been on a flat lake. It was, a lake. Nowhere to get lost at sea at. And I think I'd been in a couple boats at that point. But anyhow, we're sailing and like, having a blast, talking, chatting, thinking, oh, this is great. Yeah, we're going to kind of cut over here a little. Try and cut back this way, catch the wind and cut back. we were out of sight from everybody for, I'm going to say, a good hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. We didn't see nobody, no other boats. Like, I don't know at what point they got lost. Yeah, in the direction, and I can't verify. This is just what I was told with somebody native to the area that knew the direction we were heading, said that we were heading for Cuba. All right. Anyhow, we ended up, this one of the one scoutmaster, I forget what they're even called now. I haven't been in Boy Scouts for so damn long. But anyhow, they got in a speedboat with they had a speedboat, came out, got us, roped us off, and pulled us back. Like, we had to drop our sail and everything, and just got towed back by a speedboat to catch up with the group. But yeah, it was well over an hour, maybe pushing like an hour and a half that we didn't see nobody.
Man, how close did you make it, man?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's only like 80 miles. It's
you know
not
what?
far.
I didn't have a cell phone at the time. They weren't a real massive thing, and if I did, Google Maps wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
But
Well, 80 like boat.
we were told that, yeah, had we kept going, we would have made it to Cuba.
Well, you at least got part way there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Man.
Almost made it to Cuba.
Yeah.
Almost got scooped up by the commies.
Could have been in Fidel's army,
Yeah.
or is whatever it is down there. So yeah, that's my part of my Florida adventure.
All right.
Got lost in a little 2-man sailboat.
But yeah.
Like it. They had adults leading where to go.
Yeah. Well,
in a sailboat.
I mean, like
But they didn't have nobody tailing in a sailboat.
Yeah.
Just
Just make sure no one fell out of formation or whatever. Yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Not really. I remember hearing like 6 months ago that like a couple kids got lost at sea. They never found them. So
Well, think about this, right?
that could go south, man.
What if we had made it to the point? And I always thought about this. What if we're out there going in this little sailboat? 2 kids, we're teenagers, like 12, 13 years old, or 11, 12, something like that. We get going, and we start getting to a point where there's other people on boats, but they're coming at us.
The other way, yeah.
They're coming at us. Like, are they going to try and get our awesome boat, throw us out?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be.
Jump in, like, mutiny on our boat? What?
Well, at least they could show you the way back. Be like,
Or they'd be like, which way? Asking us,
Oh.
like, fuck, man, we don't know. Right?
yeah.
And all of a sudden, we're getting charged with trying to, bring people into the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Florida, good times. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, YouTube. Yeah.
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 How does it fit in at YouTube? That story?
Oh no, that was. Well, we were talking about like different countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it okay? I didn't really make fun of Cuba or its people, but just made fun of the situation that I found myself in,
yeah.
and possibly bringing people into the country. They're going to throw me out of my own boat.
Well, I think the problem with YouTube is you're not allowed to bash on celebrities or like do political satire anymore.
Okay,
Like,
but what about our president?
so yeah,
He doesn't do it on YouTube, to be fair.
Well, no, there was videos on YouTube, and they were going to take him down for the whole Pocahontas a little bit. They were talking about it when when the new guidelines dropped about doing that. But then they said because he's rallying supporters, he's not actually making fun of her. So it's like a weird gray. I don't know, but it does. To me, if I would say no, if that's the new rule and that's what you're going by, then yeah, like. If you're gonna like axe a video because somebody was doing a critique of somebody else's video, you know,
right?
and yeah,
Well, okay. So, what did he? This was Trump.
yeah.
What did he do?
Well, he calls everybody a nickname,
Right.
and Elizabeth Warren was Pocahontas because she went around like I think she got scholarships and stuff like claiming to be a Native American,
And she wasn't.
and then she did DNA tests like later on, and yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
At least that's how I remember it. I could be wrong.
Okay. But Trump had called her
Pocahontas, yeah.
Damn. Okay, and they said it wasn't whatever because he was.
Because the intent was just to rally supporters, not actually insult her.
How was he rallying supporters?
Because he was at a rally. But yeah, I know. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so like, and these are going to be real bad examples, but do you know what I mean? It doesn't, it happens. Who is it that travels around and they always do the marches to demonstrate their right to free speech? Is that the Klan that does that dumbass shit? And there's other groups that show up.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think the Klan does it.
Did they do it on YouTube?
I don't think.
I think
back in the day you could find videos,
right.
But
they're trying to
ever since like Charlottesville. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That was crazy shit. Did you see that video?
What, the car?
Yeah,
I think.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like that. Did people died, right?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine. Like, there's people I don't like, and there's people that I guarantee don't like me.
Mm-hmm. But not to the point where you want to run them over with a car.
No, dude. Yeah. I could never imagine taking my car and just gassing it into a crowd of people. Just, whether I'm on the throttle or I hit the throttle and then hit the brake at the last second to slide into them, and then to just stomp the gas, they back out of there, and... No.
But
like I deliver food, and it's like I try to be very cautious. Yes, I try to get the food there in a very timely, speedy manner most of the time, but there's time and place for it. You can't do 90 on downtown city streets and taking turns at 40, 50 miles an hour.
No. I think that goes without saying, yeah.
And I am always constantly looking out, like...
Or anything, yeah.
Yeah, anything, like... Yeah, I could never imagine doing that to somebody. That shit is nuts. What was that all over again? Charlottesville?
What was the Klan there for? What were the white supremacists? Yeah, I think we're just... Like you said, they were there, like, talking, like, we got to be able to, like,
and
say what we want to say.
Protesting them.
There's a lot more people protesting them
than were there demonstrating their right to free speech. There was a lot more protesters, and then somebody ran into the protesters with their car, right?
I think it started out as like an altercation, like they weren't going to let him through, blah blah blah, but they mobbed around his car. But you still can't gas it either,
Right?
Yeah.
But he did.
Yeah.
Man. And I understand their point. They were there protesting and that.
But you gotta just let them go, man. Don't make it worse.
Right. Let them go. Let the car go, or flip the car on its roof. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the move.
Yeah, you could have went that way.
Could you see that? Like you get in the middle of something like that, and all this. You're innocent. You're just trying to get through. You're not that guy. You're trying to get through there, and you get your car rolled over on the roof
because they think you're a white supremacist. Yeah. That happens, man. That happens too.
I mean, I think an important thing is to verify facts and what what I mean. That's always like critical thinking seems to be going out the window a lot.
Yeah,
with the whole YouTube attention span and some of the content that's on there.
Yeah, a lot of people. I've seen it on both sides. A lot of people like swing now and ask questions later.
Right.
Then they end up hitting the wrong person who had nothing to do with it.
Well, that
or they make a situation worse, Do
you want to know something I've been seeing a lot of lately? People that always want to take and they want the truth, the facts. They want to demonstrate the truth, the facts. They're trying to put that out there. They support critical thinking, verifying evidence, verifying the situation, what's going on.
The thing now too, man, you need to wait a few days,
right? But asking questions, doing all that, and people that support that's their big thing, and what they're. But whenever it's turned around on them, and you start critiquing, examining what they're doing, asking them questions, they flip out.
Yeah, they can't take it. They can dish it out, but can't take it.
They want to dish it, but they can't take it. I've been seeing a lot of that lately online, and it's,
But I don't know. People need to wait a few days because Like Jesse Smollett, for example.
I don't know the name, but go ahead.
The dude who the dude from Empire who said like a bunch of like racist dudes like jumped him in Chicago, and then it turned out it was a hoax.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like he wrote the dudes a check, like, and they just traced the check back that he hired to.
Oh, he the guys he hired to jump.
Yeah, the guys he hired to jump him. Yeah, yeah. But like I'm using that as an example of, dude, you got to wait, man. It takes like a few days now sometimes for this true story to come out.
Yeah, it does.
And people acting on impulse, just what they heard like a couple hours ago. You know,
the quick rapid fire method that we can get our news at, like you said, wait.
Yeah. Yeah. How many big stories have had like a correction over the past like 10 years that nobody's read about? You know?
How many big stories?
Yeah.
Have had a correction
some kind
nobody read about?
Yeah, because people will read the first story, but then if there's like a redaction or like an error, and they have to be like, oh,
it goes all out over media outlets and social media everywhere.
Yeah.
Usually, not always.
But you don't get nearly as much traction a lot of times.
On the second
one. Not as many
the
people,
redaction.
Because they already read the headline. They're like, oh, I know what happened.
Right.
Why am I going to follow this story more? Even if it pops up again.
Yeah, I already saw that. I'm good. Yeah, you don't get the level of interaction or what is it? Like when like views. Mm-hmm. What is the word for
retention?
That? Yeah, you don't get the level of retention when the story, we said this, but it was actually this. Mm-hmm. When you do the second one, and then the third one, okay, we said this, then we said it wasn't this, it was this, it was actually that. You can't. The more you drag it out, and more you got to keep publishing new updates. Yeah, you don't get, unless you have a core base of followers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You'll have people that follow the story, like that are interested in that that particular like slice of whatever the news is,
right?
Whatever niche it falls
into. It's that group of people. That's not the large number of people. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope it goes to a good place. I hope they sort out. I mean, we got to look at YouTube though. They've changed their policies 3 times. In 2019 alone.
Yeah, this year.
Companies do it all the time, to be fair, right? But
they're doing like big policy changes, trying to dial stuff in, you know what I mean?
Right, and understandable. I do know, and we're not in this group of people, but people that are monetized, they've been seeing an uptick in a little bit of revenue coming in, views coming to videos, like past videos that have been uploaded, that they're starting to work that out better. From a few and I can't say for everybody, but a few creators that I listen to have talked about their analytics a bit and saying, yeah, they fixed something, but they messing up a whole bunch of,
Well, it's such a big thing that's never really been done before either. So
No. I mean, go back to the late 80s. We couldn't have did this then. We would have needed like a TV, like
we would need a television station, yeah, and like a broadcast back in the 80s. Yeah, we'd need a broadcast tower and
like this whole live streaming thing. I wanted to bring this up before in the past, and I didn't get a chance to. Let me see if I can actually pull it up because I think it might be entertaining, and you can kind of see where it started and where we are now. Okay. The first big live stream that I remember hearing about, and I only heard about it, it never actually took place or watched. I wasn't in the right country to watch, but it was a live stream. It was a game show, kind of, from Japan. Nasubi. Have you ever heard of that?
There's a lot of wacky Japanese game shows, man.
Well, this was I'm going to try and get the facts on it. But anyhow, this guy took part in this. Okay. This guy took place in, it was like a reality-based TV show that was going to be live streamed out, okay? And what they did was they took all your they took all his personal possessions, all of his clothes, everything. Obviously other countries, they did have to obviously genitals for the guy. I think they put an eggplant over it or something. You know what I mean? Like, because he'd be walking around and it was a live stream. He was in a room, unknown location. He had to keep upgrading stuff by filling out. He had a magazine rack and a bunch of envelopes and forum entries. He had to keep writing into these contests. That's how he was going to get food, live, survive, everything. Whatever he won.
Had to be mail order contest. Yeah, magazine contest.
Right. Whatever he won, that's what he had in this room with him.
Yeah.
I think he did end up winning a pair of women's underwear at some point, but they didn't fit. They were too small. He got a bike.
Yeah, but what's he gonna? Did he win anything to eat or drink?
Yeah, he did. He did end up getting food. Yes.
Okay, that's more important.
Let's find it. Let's see if we can. Show. Don't pull up any ads. Internet used to be a much cooler place. Okay, so let's say that Wikipedia is going to be fair with us and not throw any ads up.
They'll ask for money before ads, I think.
Right. Understandable. Okay, so let's go here. Delete this, and we will do that, and go there, and let's bring up the browser. Okay. To our readers in the U.S., it might be awkward, but please don't scroll past this. Do they want money?
It doesn't look like a regular.
Who has already donated? We sincerely thank you. And I have donated to these guys on more than one occasion. Anyhow, let's see. Nasubi was challenged to stay alone, unclothed, in an apartment for whoever, a Japanese reality television show on Nippon Television after winning a lottery for a show business related job. Why can I not see the dang? Oh, I have it cropped out. That's why. Okay. You know what? I'll pull it up over here. Anyhow. Where did this go? Nasubi lived in front of the camera with only the possessions he won via the sweepstakes, save for basic utilities such as running water, heating, and electricity, and the stack of postcards and magazines required for entering the sweepstakes. Due to his nudity, an eggplant cartoon graphic covered his genitals when Nasubi was standing on camera. Nasubi is a Japanese word for eggplant, by the way.
Okay.
It says that in here. Go ahead and read this. But it was live streamed.
When?
January 1998 to March 2002.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of internet out there that couldn't even handle it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyhow, let's get back to the show. Here's the crazy thing in it. Okay, he actually did get out. They brought him after he had to get to a certain amount of money with prizes accumulated. After he got to that, they were going to let him out of the room. Okay, after he'd won so many prizes, and it was some ridiculous amount. But I think he did it in however many months. When they brought him out, they blindfolded him, took him, and put him inside what looked like another of the same room, but they lifted the room off and he was in front of a studio audience, like a live television audience. I think he ended up undressing in front of the audience because he wasn't used to the clothes. He'd went unclothed for so long. Well, anyhow, they did that to him. They did that, and after he won that, instead of letting him go after winning, they took him, put him in another room in another country with a translation dictionary. Like, it was like Japanese to Korean. So he had the same game all over again,
but in a different language. Yeah, he ended up getting out of that, and I think that's when they did let him go. And then I don't know if it was him or another one that they did the same thing. Like, I think they put him on an island,
I forget how it went, man. It was crazy. But forget the last part. But yeah, imagine you go through that, you win, and they still don't let you go.
Yeah.
They basically go lock you in another room.
Well, he probably signed like some contract or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, and that, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But he did it. Like, could you, the only way you're getting stuff delivered to your room is by entering sweepstakes and giveaways and writing.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's Japan. They have wacky ass game shows.
Right. I like the ones where the dudes are like gonna catch the monster tree that's falling on them. That's like,
Yeah, there's too many. Like,
did you think about this? You're not gonna stop that tree.
no, they have they have insanely hard ones and dangerous ones, and
Yeah, it's like you're saying goodbye to your life at that point. I don't know though. That was like the first live stream. I'm not saying it's the first person to broadcast a webcam, but that was from another country, and it went out. I don't even know how many people watched it, if they dig into that or no. He did all this to try and become a famous comedian, to get the television exposure. You know what I mean? But yeah, upon reaching his goal, he was clothed, blindfolded, and taken to a surprise location. He went along believing this was going to be a special prize for his year of hard work. After they removed his blindfold, he found himself in South Korea, where he was shown around town and taken to another apartment. He was once again asked to take off his clothes and challenged to enter sweepstakes, this time to win enough money to afford a flight with Japan Airlines to return home. When Nasubi quickly met this goal after several weeks of entering competitions, it was revised, this time to afford a ticket in first class. And this goal was also met in a matter of weeks. When he had won enough to return to Japan, he was blindfolded, clothed, and taken to another apartment in Japan. When the blindfold was removed, he looked around, sighed, took all his clothes off, at which point the walls of the apartment fell away to reveal he was at a TV studio with a huge live audience. He was confused by this because he thought the show had not yet been broadcast. The entire ordeal lasted 15 months, during which his diaries on his experience in being locked away from the outside world became a bestseller in Japan, and the TV show broke all records with 17 million viewers each Sunday night.
but that was the regular TV viewers,
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
Crazy shit. And that was at a time when live streaming, I mean, it wasn't really a thing. I think the porn industry had already started thinking, oh, cam girls and that at that point in '98. I can't remember.
It was still everything was still mainly downloads then, and that was still like mainly downloading audio too. Yeah, that was the Napster days.
Do you remember the internet back then? Like you would click in the page by page, like lines, pixels just loading, dial up. So much fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was still like half a decade off or so from when YouTube would be a start. Yeah.
Oh my, yeah. What, 2004, 6?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, that was 98 to 2002, so that was well before YouTube.
Yeah.
But I mean, what a competition, dude. Anybody that, if you, what is this crap over here that I left up? Go out, check it out. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube that documents it. There has to be. Maybe you can even find clips of the show.
Go read the book.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, that was news to me. I didn't know about that.
I actually talked to the person that told me about it, and I'm not doxing anybody here, was a girl named Hannah from Finland. Where's Finland? In
Scandinavia,
okay, over there,
Northern Europe. Yeah.
That's somebody out of this country that I talked to on ICQ and AOL Instant Messenger, is who told me about it originally years ago. And I'm like, what? This shit's nuts. But I went right back to downloading music. hoping that Metallica didn't show up
Yeah.
at my house to kick my ass,
Taking Metallica's money, man.
taking me to court, taking Lars's money. James, give me your money. No, really. I don't think I ever downloaded a Metallica song or album.
I don't listen to much Metallica.
Well, I did, but I already had their music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say I didn't ever steal one song, but if I couldn't find it to buy, and this was, Napster was that before iTunes? Hell yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
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 That was well before. And it's like, this conversation comes up from time to time. Hey, how do you download music now? And I'm like, I don't.
I mean, it's streaming now, right?
You
Yeah.
can stream it. Or they found a method years ago called iTunes, and sadly they're doing away with iTunes, I think, or did away. But they made it so easy to buy music, but
You're still downloading it,
yeah,
though.
they worked out the digital content and made it easily accessible. Made it not a problem to get. I mean, even Steam.
Ease of use does cut down on piracy.
Yes, it doesn't cut it out completely, because there are still people who just zero fucks in the jar, and they're going to take your shit if they can for nothing.
Yeah.
My biggest use of piracy years ago, and I think I've stated this before, was when a new game come out, I'm not going to go burn money on that game and have it be crap and not be able to return it.
Yeah.
And this was before Steam and all that.
Yeah. This was towards the end of rental and the end of demos. Right. Yeah.
I would legit download the game, try it. If it was great, all right, delete it, go buy it. If it sucked, definitely delete it and not go buy it. But it's all worked out. Even with Steam, you can return a game now within a certain time period, right? Like you can get refunded?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, they've worked out the logistics and how to do this. Like,
well, they're even a couple of platforms are going the Netflix model with it.
What's that?
Like a subscription, and then you just get access to all of EA or like all of Uplay, or like I don't know who all does it, but
I mean, that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
You pay a subscription, and as new games release, you can play them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the point of both worlds, and I like the ease of use, the ease of being easy that, this isn't what I thought it was, I can get my money back. That's great. But I remember the days of having CDs with, like, you had, like, art. And, like, the
even for PC, yeah.
Yeah, even PC, you got a book. You used to get books with games. Vinyl. I bought quite a bit of vinyl in my life, and vinyl was not a massive thing like it was in the 60s, 70s.
No,
what I mean?
well, I mean, that's all there was then, yeah.
But I still bought quite a bit in my years of collecting different bands.
Well, vinyl's always been there, and I think it hit a little bit of a resurgence.
And it's still there, yeah. There's still people releasing stuff on vinyl.
Yeah, in Best Buy, there was, like, record players.
Dude, we should take the show strictly on vinyl.
Yeah. Pain in the ass.
Get copies pressed out, see who wants the episodes.
Probably should just, and maybe build a press or something.
Yeah. We're not paying for that shit.
No.
Oh my. Yeah. But I remember those days in collecting and having something physical to look at. You don't really get that now. Yeah, you might get a folder in the digital download that has digital images to look at, and you can go and print them if you want.
Yeah, I mean, video games is heading the other way with it. They're going microtransactions. They're trying to bleed you dry, man. Like
that. Yeah, that is a sad state.
Modern Warfare.
I don't like it,
dude. $20 to get a watch on your guy that tracks your kill death ratio. Like $20 to just like get access to a stat.
That stat should be in the game.
I don't know if you can't like access it like in your stats or not, but like, yeah, I don't know.
It should be there to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how far do they got to take this? Like, $20. Okay, you can have these buttons on your controller. Like, your controller works, and you can control your character. But if you want the full range of motion,
yeah, $20 to unlock it. Yeah,
$20 will unlock your character to be able to use all the buttons on your controller. Like, how nuts do they got to go?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like,
Like, there's good and bad
There's
things.
good and bad to it because Battlefield, the base game is just one price, and they're never going to charge for DLC.
Right.
They'll make their money on the microtransactions, and then you get people who but then people who don't buy in on the microtransactions still get the maps for free.
Right.
So
I don't agree with the whole microtransactions thing. I don't think that's a model that they should be doing to make money.
if it's, I don't know, I'm okay if it's like purely cosmetic, but now they're starting to do like locking like kind of key features behind it sometimes. But
Putting stuff that is necessary for gameplay behind a paywall. But yeah, once you go that route, you know what I mean? Like, what's next? Oh, psych! You got to pay twice to actually play the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Don't agree with it. I'm trying to think where I first saw microtransactions. I think did they have them in World of Warcraft? Because I know a lot of the World of Warcraft
A lot of
clone games that were out there
they started cropping up first in MMOs, I think.
had item malls.
Yeah.
And it was legit. I mean, it started out as good stuff. Understandably. Okay, you get a ring or an amulet or whatever that doubles your experience for a week, 15 days.
Okay, yeah, boosts. I can see.
Boost,
Yeah.
shit like that makes sense. But when you start getting it down to, oh, well, your character can't normally dance, but if you buy this mask, they can now dance.
It's kind of more cosmetic too, you know. It does not actually game. If it doesn't break the game, you're not paying to win.
Right, yeah. But it's strictly a cosmetic thing. But it's not something you buy and have. You buy it, you use it, it expires. So you have to keep buying it if you keep on doing.
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
Something like that, you should buy once and have it, not.
Hey, man, yeah, I don't know. So it's all what you can dupe people into paying for, man.
Sucker born every minute. Here's one. Take my money.
But no,
take it all.
Yeah, the ones that like, because I remember Battlefield would do that. But like you could just pay to unlock stuff, like or like pay for like double XP because you didn't got as much time, you know.
Right, but I mean, how much fun is it gonna be if like say you buy your game, you download it through Steam, you fire the game up before you even get to play. You're like, oh, another $30. All achievements unlocked and whatever. Like,
well, in Battlefield, it was like you don't have to level up. We'll just unlock all the guns.
You just pay to beat a game now.
I think if it's worth it to you, if your time is worth it, and you got the money to burn.
Sucker born every minute, man. Not these ones though. I don't know. There's good and bad to the way games used to be done, the way they're done now. There's good and bad the whole way around. Everything we've covered.
Well, that's just life, man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about digitally and non-digital, physical media for games, music, movies.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, to both sides. Pros and cons to old YouTube and new YouTube. There's pros and cons to both. I mean, think about some of the call-out and harassment videos you saw in the past that you're like, wow, I can't believe that video is still up.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, this one over here, what did they do? Nothing? They lost their whole channel?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it seems we'll have to see how it shakes out, man.
Yeah. I don't know that I agree with some of the ways YouTube does handle things, being that no matter what level of content creator you are, no matter what subscriber base you have behind you, followers, no matter how big you are. Now, granted, I don't know if PewDiePie's ever spoke out about it, but I don't think you ever get to a point where you can directly call somebody at YouTube like, hey, you know what I mean? Like I think
I've heard of like bigger ones being able to.
My channel's getting mass flagged.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. Mass copyright strikes like over nothing. Or the algorithm screwed up and took down this video.
I think with that, the bigger you are, the easier it is to get through. From what I remember,
it is. But it's just like you don't. I've never heard a content creator say that they had a direct line to get to somebody. That they usually, you see bigger people, and I'm talking like couple 100,000 plus subscriber channels. They go to Twitter and tweet and have all their followers retweet the same shit at Team YouTube, at YouTube creators, at YouTube, you know, whatever. That's how everybody pretty much does it. And that you got somebody that's creating content on your platform that has millions, hundreds of thousands of people following them, having ads. Yes, they're making money, but they're also making you money. And they don't have a way to resolve a problem if they need it with you. That's kind of shit.
Well, what are the numbers of creators, you know?
Right.
How many, you know?
Well, what it tells me is they need to expand Team YouTube a little.
Well, I mean, but how many channels are like monetized though?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
a lot.
How much content is constantly uploaded to YouTube?
Oh, I don't even remember. It's an astronomical number.
So like, how many people are you going to be able to hire, man? Like, are you even going to be able to put a dent in it?
Quit pocketing so much money and hire some damn people. YouTube, we need jobs. YouTube, we need jobs.
Are they? I don't even know if they're even turning a profit, man. Because I don't know. I just don't know, is what I'm saying. Because I've heard they haven't been in years past. Like, so,
right.
Yeah.
Just like Netflix isn't turning a profit.
Yeah.
They put how many millions or billions into how many different shows?
Yeah.
In movies. Every character has their own show basically now, and spin-offs. And
yeah, but with that, at least you have like a projection of like how much income you're going to have, because we have this many subscribers. As long as, you know, we're going to get this much money coming pretty reliably.
If Netflix was losing money, here's their plan forward.
Yeah.
You've got this many people that pay a subscription fee at the base subscription level. We're not even going to count the other ones. This many people pay you. You know how many people pay you for the base, the minimum.
Pretty easy to get a loan, or you know what I mean?
Or
like,
all right, we're gonna slow down production on these shows for a little bit. We're not gonna create. We don't need to have 10, 20 new things come out today or this month or for the next 2-3 months.
But with everybody getting into streaming for themselves, maybe they do, so they have content.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Netflix, I remember, used to have, back before anyone else was getting into streaming, they had like a lot of different stuff from different like movie companies, different TV networks,
and other people saw that platform working.
Yeah, it's
and
narrowed
slowly. Everything started disappearing.
Narrowed way down. Yeah.
Like I didn't understand it because I have kids. My daughter loved watching this one show, and it legit disappeared for months.
Yeah.
From Netflix. It's like it was never there.
Yeah. The contract was up, yeah.
But it did eventually come back on. Okay. I guess probably due to popular demand.
And then they renegotiated a new contract, yeah.
Regardless, man, let's wrap it up for today.
Right.
Policy change is good and bad. I mean, when it's done for the right reasons.
So yeah, it seems to be like at the heart of it, like the reason they say is at the right reason, but
right. I mean, look at Twitter and
especially with the CAPA stuff going on.
Yeah,
like
CAPA.
Okay, well, you can't have. I don't know, man. It's gonna kill like a lot of it's gonna kill a lot of comedy too, like a lot of political satire and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that. Think about the entertainment made for kids. Like Are you really going to want to risk making that content for kids now?
Well, but with the CAPA, like now they have like the double age gate kind of. You can just have those videos up above 18 or whatever.
Right, but then it's not content for kids. There's people that exclusively have no ill will.
Yeah.
And like, let's take a look at a couple channels. I'm trying to think. Okay, What's Inside? I think the one dude and his son, they literally take and cut stuff in half to see what's inside.
Yeah.
A lot of kids love that show. A lot of people love that show. Mm-hmm. But there's a kid that's actually a cast member in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So is that content for, now granted they're not doing anything crazy.
Yeah, they're not like
I don't know.
shouting obscenities as they
Right.
chop
I don't
stuff
know
in
of
half.
any controversy surrounding that channel. And then you got like Smarter Every Day, some of these science channels, Cody's Lab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He makes great stuff. Now, yes, adults are going to watch that show, but I would also think that kids are probably going to watch that because there's all kinds of kids interested in science, in chemistry, and all the crap that he does.
I think at this point it's on them. They got to decide if they have to decide for themselves where their channel's going to be at.
Right.
And check those boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just, I know they wanted to change it and paint with a one big stroke with a wide brush and cover it. That's not the way to do it, honestly. They need the YouTube and the FTC really need to refine things a bit, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Can't make fun of anybody on YouTube now.
I guess we got to end it then.
I guess, right? What are we going to do, man?
Who are we going to talk about this week?
We can't. Because it might be critical of somebody. It might be considered making fun of them, yeah.
Henry, luckily, you're not going to get criticized. Not this week. Doesn't look like for the near future. Safe to say?
See, no, but what if I want to call Henry an asshole? I'm making fun of somebody.
Flat earther?
Yeah. Oh, dude, all our flat earth hate, man.
Stop preaching your stuff, Henry, and you'll get a microphone, we promise you.
I'm not backing that up.
I won't back that up either. Shut up.
Yeah.
All right, anyhow. Is that it?
I think that's it.